What's your biggest LSAT challenge that you're facing, and how could I best support you?
Well, I think if I look at just getting to nuts and bolts, my weakness right now are games, I think. I'm pretty good at figuring them out, but I'm very slow at figuring them out. As far as LR goes, if given time, I can get, 90 something percent of them right. And for a given section, if given like 45 minutes, I can get at most two wrong. Right. So at least I understand the nuts and bolts of the sections. RC, kind of the same thing. It's just a practice thing for me. I think with RC, I just need to read and do a lot more timed RC sections to get better at that. At least I understand the madness behind the questions per se, the different question types and stuff in all three subjects. But if I were to say my biggest weakness with respect to on how to do things, it's probably LG.
Understood. Yeah, I mean, LG logic games can be the most intimidating section at first. Good news, it is the most learnable with time. But how long have you been studying for?
That's funny you should ask. I think it was in one of your, orientation courses or videos. You mentioned that some perpetual studiers that have spent months, if not years studying, but yet they never have taken it. That's kind of me. I started... I'm actually a physician. I'm a doc who decided to go to law school probably about 5 years ago and didn't do anything until about 3 years ago. I decided to sit down and take an LSAT, and I did an official one and got 143. And then I said, well, maybe I think I need to prep for this thing. And so I started prepping probably about a year after that. So 2018, I started prepping off and on. I took, the Manhattan prep course, and didn't like their course at all. The format was weird. I just thought it was not for me. And so then I did my own prep. This was probably 2019, the summer of 2019, I started prepping on my own seriously. Doing pretty good. My goal was to take in the April of last year, but then the epidemic hit, and so blew everything apart. Point being is I studied for about 4 months straight. Virus hit, and then it blew everything apart. I also have 2 little kids, so it's kind of a hectic household. And so I hadn't done anything until I decided to do it again, starting this month, starting January of now. Taking your course with the goal of taking it in April. So I've been kind of studying off and on really for the last year and a half ish.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you joined up, and I can certainly understand the COVID having an impact, making it a little more difficult to study. Kids running around. I have a young one myself. It can also make it more. Yeah, I do. I have a 2-year-old. Yeah, so it can make it more difficult to get things done as well. So I totally get where you're coming from. That these are real things that life throws wrenches into your system, right? If you have a plan, life gets in the way. It's totally normal. I mean, so the question is, you could be studying on and off for years, but how much are you actually studying versus thinking about studying and having the LSAT in the back of your mind? So I hear where you're coming from. The question is, we're speaking now mid-January, right. April LSAT's in about 3 months.
Right.
So the question is, what can you do to make the most of these 3 months to just get it done?
Exactly. And that's what I want to do. I really told my wife, I think April's a drop dead for me, depending on how I do it. I mean, at least to take it that point. Now, if I do great, awesome, I'm done. If I'm at that threshold of good, but not really good, then I may, be motivated to take it again. Competition time-wise with her is she has some board exams she needs to take. So she needs the summer to study, and we have these 2 kids. So it's the competition between who could study for an exam and who can't. It comes, paramount. But as far as what'll get it done for me, I think it's kind of what you intimate with, that it's more of devoting a specific amount of time every day. And so I've been following your week by week schedule and adhered to it up until today, or through today, which I really like. So I think for me, it's kind of going through it really quickly because like I said before, I already understand a lot of the nuts and bolts. But it's nice that you're starting on in logic games, because that again is my weakness. And I think once I hit the LR and the RC part of the curriculum, then I could probably accelerate through to get to just practicing prep tests. I'm speaking kind of choppy. I don't know if it makes sense.
No, that's the plan. No, I mean, you have the plan. The plan sounds like it works for you. I think the biggest thing you need to focus on is scheduling time with your wife over who's going to watch the kids, because you both have important exams coming up. When are her boards?
She's planning on taking it in April, May, probably June.
Okay, so she's taking June. You're taking in April. I mean, I would argue that you should get the priority, but I'm also a little bit biased because I'm helping you with the LSAT. So I would say if you can negotiate a schedule with her and have it be clear so that at any given time that one of you wants to study, at least one of you will be able to study, and maybe there's ways to get external support as well. So both of you can study and achieve your goals and maintain a positive, healthy relationship where there's not conflict over negotiating that sort of stuff, you know, because it's tough when you have big, important things you got to focus on, but you also, there's other obligations at the exact same time.
True. Exactly. So I think adhering to the plan is huge for me. And I think I can do it. You know, she and I have pretty much hammered out a good, you know, back of the envelope plan going through April. Again, pretty much relying on the fact that April's the end for me as far as taking it. In other words, I can't continue studying past April. I had a question regarding the course. I one of the things I didn't like about Manhattan Prep was actually the biggest thing I didn't like about Manhattan Prep. I don't know if you've ever heard anything about their course, but when it was a live taught course, what I would do, I would drive to town, which is Boston, and there would be maybe 8 to 10 students in the class, and it became, and they would drill, right? There would be a screen. And one of the things I realized is it becomes like a competition with other students. So I wasn't learning anything, and that's what killed me. So it was more of what I could show I know versus what I was getting from the course itself. And I think I have that same feeling with even the video, you know, situations when, or not video, but Zoom classes as well. And so has anybody done your course per se without being involved in like the video crunch sessions and stuff? Because it just doesn't seem to really help me that much.
It's interesting you say that, because you know, the idea of competition between students going through problems, that sounds really foreign to me, honestly. That's not really something that I've even thought of potentially happening in my course. I don't see that as being an issue, honestly. I mean,
you haven't had understand feedback to you that that's how they felt. They felt like dumb or smart or
no. I mean, I hope people feel smart. Like that's a good goal, but I mean, I think the problems can make you feel dumb sometimes, and that's just part of the learning process. The idea is you get it wrong now, so you won't get it wrong on test day. But the idea of comparison between students, that's not really something I've ever really seen people point out as a problem. If anything, what's cool is that those who are a bit farther along in the process can help guide those who are earlier in the process. So I'm facilitating, for example, study groups every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Students can get together and work through problems together, even into topical breakout rooms on games, reasoning, and reading competence. Students arrange their own study sessions separately as well, but it's really a supportive, collaborative environment. And I'm not really looking for students to provide the answer or be the one to provide the perfect answer first. It's not a race. Yeah. I look to bring in a variety of different voices, and it's not about getting it right or wrong. It's really just about learning from the problems themselves.
Okay. Well, heck, then I think for me, it would be best just to jump in and see how it works.
Yeah, just jump in, join a class, and you can also watch the recordings of the previous live sessions to see what they're like. Okay.
That'd be great. I'll do that because I know there's one tonight and tomorrow and Wednesday. So we'll do that. And I've already got, like I said, I'm right just now. I started doing one of the free LSAT games that you wrote yourself. Now I'm on the part of the games of in and out games, and just post just after the logic courses that you have. So that's where I'm at with respect to the schedule. So I think for me, the most important thing is adhering to it as best as I can, and seeing how the online courses go. I guess just being old, maybe I'm just too intimidated. I'm older, I'm in my 50s. So
no, I hear what you're saying. And it's understandable if you've been out of school for a little while. I mean, my recommendation would be just join the class. I'm not going to force you to talk. I'm not going to pick on you necessarily. Like, I'll just look for you to kind of get acquainted with what things are like. And then if you have questions, you can always type in the chat. You can always unmute yourself. You can always email afterwards, and I'll do what I can to put you in the right direction. But I really encourage you, try to take advantage of the live classes because they add another element to your prep that you're not going to get from watching the videos. The live interaction, the energy that comes with it, the motivation that comes with it is huge.
Okay. Well, I'll give it a shot for sure. I think that's pretty much where I'm at. And I think I'm shooting for April. And I haven't taken a prep test in actually, I don't know how long, an actual time scored prep test. Because I do agree with it. What I think is your philosophy is it really doesn't matter at this point. Doesn't seem to
build
help.
The foundation first. Build the foundation.
Exactly.
You refresh yourself on each section, and then take a timed exam just to see what it feels like. But I wouldn't want you to take one when you're feeling totally rusty.
Okay, I totally am there. And I remember doing the 2007, the June 7, right? And I took that right before I took an Action 1 in 2017 and said, "What the hell is this?" But now I feel a lot different. So I appreciate everything.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the time, Steve, and hopefully I'll see you. Is it tonight? Are you teaching one tonight?
It's tonight. Yeah, tonight. Logical reasoning.
Where's your baby right now? Is she he or she?
Boy, yeah.
Boy? Is he around there somewhere? Just kind of. Does he get to stay home with you, or?
No, actually, no. Today he's at daycare. Actually, luckily, I try to schedule these calls before he gets home because then you never know what's going to be in the background. Or if he hears me doing this call right now, he's going to start banging on the door.
That's right. That's right. I got 2 of them, 5 and 3, so I'm right there with you, man.
Yeah.
All right, Steve. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, Rich. Take it easy. I'll see you later.